Hi guys! I am finally going to make a pregnancy update video. I hate the extra skin that I still have. La, 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 la. But anyway, this is Bump right now. Hello baby boy. Yes, I am 32 weeks and 6 days pregnant. Almost 33. And I'm so sorry. I thought that I had made an update video up to like 28, 29 weeks, somewhere in there. And I was looking back at my videos and I was like, the last time I think I made an actual pregnancy update video, I think it was like 24 weeks. I'm sorry. Life has been busy and I'm not sure I really remember like week 25 through 28. Once I got to like third trimester, I remember a lot more stuff. So I made some notes today. So ignore that I have to look at some papers for some stuff because baby brain, life, all of the things. But hopefully, let's give you an idea about what's going on. All right, sleep. Sleep, I miss you. So at about 28 weeks, so about third trimester start time, my insomnia, my pregnancy insomnia kicked in pretty bad. I struggle with anxiety, I struggle with insomnia on a regular basis, but when I'm pregnant, especially towards the end, my anxiety just starts freaking out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what about the birth? Oh my gosh, what about after I bring baby home? This could happen, or this could happen, or this could happen, or this, and I'm up like all night long stressing about everything. And it's summertime, and I'm sure if you've watched my videos, you know we do not have central air, and oh, it's been getting hot and humid. So if it's too hot and humid, I can't sleep at night. If I've had a rough day, I can't sleep at night. If I am just particularly stressed about something, it's not going to happen. And when I say not sleep, I don't mean like, oh, I fell asleep at 1. Some nights it's, oh, I fell asleep at 4:30 and I had to get up at 6 or something like that. So it's like drastic. Yeah. And at about that third trimester line, I started having to pee. You know, I was peeing, I don't know, 2-3 times a night. Sometimes it's 4 or 5 times now. Baby is heads down, head just right down there in the crotchal area. And I swear to you, he just bounces up and down on my bladder all the time. And I will literally pee, walk to my daughter's room and tuck her in, and be like, I swear there's more pee in there. I'll go back, drip, 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 and then walk back to my room and I'm like, I swear I feel like I have to pee. It's just baby likes to sit, or baby likes to sit, and it makes me have to feel like I have to pee all the time. Around week 28, I started, I don't remember exactly when, I'm so sorry, but whenever I had that doctor appointment, I had to start monitoring my blood sugars because I've had gastric bypass, and if I had drank the sugary, gross drink, it would have been a dumping syndrome emergency. I would have felt horrific. So, sorry, my pregnancy eczema is driving me nuts and super itchy. But I started doing my blood sugars. I have to do fasting in the morning before I eat or drink anything. Then an hour after each meal. She doesn't make me monitor if I have a snack or anything. But when I had my appointment, I think 2 weeks after that, and I told her what my blood sugars were, she wasn't very happy. Some of them were in the 280s, and it was like if I had a bite or two of my daughter's ice cream, and literally that's what it was, a bite or two, it would skyrocket. And so she was like, okay, we need to get these under control. So at the next appointment, I think my 30-week appointment, must have been week 27 and 29. I'm off on my weeks. I'm not going during my even weeks. So then I remembered to bring her the book, and she looked through everything. I write down exactly what I eat, and then the hour later, my blood sugars. So she looked through and she was like, well, your fasting one is excellent. She goes, your meal ones during the day look fine. It's just the evening one's really wonky. And we figured out, because in the evening, I'm usually exhausted from being a nanny all day, doing whatever, coming home and make supper for my family, do stuff, and then I finally get to sit down in the recliner at the end of the day and like eat and just relax. So we figured out that during the day I'm really active, and that's been helping my blood sugars, but in the evening, that's when mine's bad, so I need to like go for a walk or do something like that, which, while I was up north hiking every single day, I could eat anything I wanted and my blood sugars were amazing. Like, I think I had a meal with carbs, and I had a cookie, and my blood sugars were at like 105. I was like, walking 5 miles a day does wonders for this. So, I don't know. I really feel kind of stupid because I was shocked that I could have like gestational diabetes. I was like, I've had gastric bypass. Your body functions different. I was like, there's no way I could get diabetes during pregnancy. And I was like, most people, I don't remember which type is what, but I was like, you know, some people have diabetes, they have gastric bypass, and then they don't have diabetes anymore. So I just ignorantly thought it wasn't going to be a thing. I was wrong. So I think through the entire rest of the pregnancy, and I think for a few weeks afterwards, I have to continue to check all of my blood sugars. But it's been much, much better this last week. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so around the 3rd trimester mark, 28 weeks or so, I noticed that I started burping, like, a lot. The beginning of pregnancy, I was more tutti frutti, farty, which I hate, and I never fart in front of my husband until this pregnancy. But now it's all burpy all the time. And it's like, I will belch loud like a trucker, and I'm like, oh my gosh, excuse me, so sorry. But when I lay down at night, instead of like, I have zero heartburn. I've never had that problem in my life. I had Roux-en-Y gastric bypass and not the gastric sleeve, which some people who get the sleeve have GERD and lots of heartburn. I don't have to worry about that, and during pregnancy, I'm super glad I don't have to worry about that. But at night, I lay down, and it's like, I just can't stop burping. I'm like, what is wrong with me? So I don't know what. That's a weird pregnancy thing I didn't know was going to happen. I've been waddling a lot more lately. That's just part of the thing. But around 28, 29 weeks, I started getting really bad leg cramps, like during the day, during the night, and like my toes will curl up, and I'm like, I'm dying. Oh, goodness. And the Braxton Hicks contractions. I know from my previous pregnancy with Callie, from, I don't even know, in the 25, 26 week mark, I just start having lots of them. And it just increases and increases and increases. And I was sure with my daughter that I was going to go early because I was having them all the time. I have them all the time. Some of them are pretty strong. Like, I have to be like, whoo, owie. But baby's all in there fine. Callie was induced. She came out 9 days late. I'm not too worried about that. But sometimes, yeah, it is really painful. Especially when I do too much. I'm on my feet too much. It's kind of like a little, go relax, go sit down. Not that I always listen, but it was happening a lot when we were doing a lot of hiking up in Duluth. It sounds like my daughter is going to break through the floor. She is jumping around with her giant, like, life-size Barbie doll up there. Anyway, when we'd be walking around, and it was like, you know, several miles in, I was like, ooh, I'm getting a lot of these. So I tried to drink more water and be really good, but I just kind of have Braxton Hicks contractions a lot. At about 30 weeks, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this child is way up in my ribs. His little butt is wedged up in the side there, under my left side. His head is down and his legs are off to the right side. That's what my doctor said. I was like, is this a butt or a head? It's like all wedged up in there, and I can feel the hard lump. And so she was like, oh yeah, right now he's head's down. That's his little tush. So he has pretty much stayed in that position since 30 weeks. I hope he stays heads down. She said at this point they can still like totally flip around. Not for too much longer, but they still can right now. And okay, so breastfeeding didn't go well with my first one. Just didn't go well. It did not produce milk. It just didn't work. This time I'm hoping it will, but I cannot even believe it. At maybe 25, 26 weeks, I noticed that sometimes in the bath or whatever, I was like, oh, I've got like clear liquid starting to come out of my boobs. And then at 30 weeks, I noticed that I'm not like leaking all the time, but if you squish your nipple, yeah, if you do that, like white milk will actually come out. It's like colostrum, the first stuff. But I was like, holy cow. I was like, things are just getting ready in there. So that's weird. I was like, it's promising. Maybe I'll make milk this time. My doctor, when I was in there last, she was like, oh, I'm really happy with your weight gain. And I was like, I'm not. I'm not. But I guess in the last couple of months, I haven't gained very much. I gain a lot at the beginning, and then it kind of slows down. Depends on how much water weight I have at the moment. At the end of the long road trip on the way home, my legs, my calves, and ankles were so bad. You could, like, dent them in. Like, really bad water weight. But I was in the car for, like, 5.5 hours, so that will happen. My eczema. I don't know if you can, probably can't see it right now, but the third trimester, the hormones and everything, it kind of went crazy. This whole patch was super red for a while, super itchy, and nothing really does anything. I've been prescribed a cream to put on it. That made it worse. Didn't help at all. So pretty much hydrocortisone cream, and that's the only thing that's helped a little bit. And I've noticed that in the past couple days, like, instead of just up by my neck, now I'm starting to get super itchy on, like, the insides of my elbows, which is where I had it when I was pregnant with Callie. So I'm like, oh, I can't wait to be done being pregnant. It's a cool thing, but I can't wait to be done. I'm done with being itchy all the time. And it's super weird, like, the past couple weeks. Instead of being like ravenously hungry all the time, I'll be hungry, but I'll get a few bites in and I'm just like, oh, I don't have any room for food. So I like that. That's probably why I don't gain as much at the end. But my hormones have gone nuts. Sorry, I do not have very much room left on this SD card, so if it quits, oh my goodness, hold on, sorry guys. Okay, I don't have much time, and my husband just called, but anyway, the hormones have been insane. I cried the other day. I was trying to wrap a birthday present for my daughter, and the tape dispenser, like, fell apart, and, like, I just started crying, and I was like, this is ridiculous. And hiccups. He gets hiccups all the time, and I can feel them, like, so low, like, down in my crotch. I was like, this boy is so low. It's crazy, but he gets hiccups all the time, almost every day now. At 32 weeks while we were camping, it was like the coolest, craziest thing, new thing that he's been doing. Like, he pushes his butt over to the one side, and then I could feel his legs over here, but I could actually feel his tiny little feet pushing up against me, and I was like, oh, it's adorable. You could feel like two little lumps right next to each other. He pushes hard, but I was like, oh, I can feel his tiny little feet. It was adorable. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's about all I was going to update you on, but I love you guys. I'm so sorry it's been such a long time. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. And it's almost my 2-year surgiversary on July, oh dear Lord, is it 6th or 7th? How can I forget something like that? But anyway, I'll make a video on that coming up soon. Hope you guys are doing good. Bye!